DDIM. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vortex Racing Network, tonight's production of Monday Night Mayhem. From the Moonlight Racing League, the boys in Season 5 bringing it live to Sonoma Raceway. It's the first appearance of the Monday Night Mayhem League here in Sonoma. Can't wait to see what we're going to get out of this. Mean Gene Money, too wide in the booth with my tag team partner, Zach Panzarella, as we are bringing you race number 8 of our 13-race season. There's 14 turns, 160 degrees of elevation change, and madness galore. Zach, how are you keeping your sanity with all these right-hand turns?
Oh, man, me and Gene, we were talking a little bit before this race. This is one of my local-ish tracks. I'm from Southern California, so we're kind of limited now without Auto Club, so I'm always excited to be here, but I've never raced here, me and Gene. And I think you know I'm someone who loves the road courses, but, man, I bet I'm a whole lot less stressed than all these guys on this track dealing with the elevation changes and all the crazy things, as you see right there, Jay Bev hitting the wall during qualifying, that come with this racetrack. This place is not for the weak, Mean Gene.
Oh, maybe the commissioner can give that turn 10 a penalty after that indignity that he just received. Last week, madness ensued at Daytona, like you always see at a super speedway. 24 drivers doing battle. Who won? Michael Mata punches his ticket to the playoffs. Colin Bollinger finishes second. Joe Volpus joins him on the podium. But, Zach, what a wild race. The three guys that led the most laps, Daniel Plant-Smith gets wrecked on the last lap, disappears. Dylan Tibbetts led 16, got involved in an incident. Jordan Fisher led 13. He got taken out. Boy, it was a lot of madness last week.
Yeah, it really was, me and Gene, and it was dramatic as well. Some penalties were handed out last week. We'll talk a little bit about that. But I think even more than the penalties, there was just as many hurt feelings. My goodness, was that a dramatic one.
Yeah, you can't do that, and I'm going to let you know about it with as many four-letter colorful metaphors as I can. Plenty of one-finger salutes, a lot of chatter. The admins had to step in, as Zach alluded to. Lots of penalties handed out. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You're looking at the points, though, as we go. Of course, this is a win and you're in situation. 13-race regular season, 12 drivers will make the playoffs. 2 3-race elimination rounds until it all sums up at that championship race at Kentucky. Zach, no movement amongst the top 12 guys. Kind of stayed pat there.
Yeah, for the most part, they did. Not too much craziness up front. I mean, like, it looked like halfway through that race, it was going to be one that blew it wide open. But then everyone seemed to run into misfortune, which made things a lot more simple for the guys up top. We saw Bollinger hit with the penalty last week, and we also saw, I believe it was, why am I forgetting his name right now? The 44 hit with the penalty as well. That was, and not here today, is he, Mean Gene?
No, it was Dylan Tibbetts. It was his first race for Monday Night Mayhem. And, well, he'll be back, but not today because he got popped with a 1-race suspension for ignoring iRacing black flag standards under a green flag. We're about to wrap up qualifying. Hey, I'll tell you what, this is as good a time as any to go ahead, stand up, take off your hat, place your hand over your heart, do whatever you do to be patriotic because this is America.
Yes, it is, Mean Gene. Let's hit it. Hats off, everybody.
to action. We got Sonoma tonight for some road course action. So a couple things are a little bit different than normal. There will be, as I said earlier, there's not going to be any sort of full course cautions unless it is thrown by an admin.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Yeah, it's
yeah.
I love it. That dude gets so wild and out of control. Qualifying is wrapped up here at Sonoma. Final results in. Tell you what, look up top there, Zach. This fella, 2 wins on the season, led tons of laps at Charlotte with a podium finish. Guy last week also leads laps at Daytona till he's taken out. And you know who I'm talking about.
Mr. Jordan Fisher. Man, he has been dominant this season, Mean Gene, and today is no exception here at qualifying. But look who is starting alongside him. We are getting our software to show you guys all this up and running right now. But yeah, do you have it available, Mean Gene, if you want to run them through this really interesting top 10?
I do. We got a Buddy Sully sighting out there.
Yes, we do.
It's his second race. Buddy Sully, welcome back, my friend. Gonna be in second. Third place starting Grant Applegate, still running the 900 number, but he is up there in third place. Can't wait to see what he does. No practice laps for Grant, but he comes out and lays down that 1:15 lap time. Only a second and a half slower than Jordan Fisher. Jordan with some fast. Oh, they're not rolling there. Hillman gets a little bumpy bump. Matt Novella going to start fourth. Novella, a great road course runner, so can't wait to see what he does. Eric Thornton going to start in fifth. Eric Thornton, of course, high side hustler, teammate, carrying that team in the absence of David Owens. David Owens is here today, so he and Iverson going to be pleased to have their third teammate with them. Actually, 4 with Buddy Sully. The hustlers are together, Zach. That's a first.
They really are, and it's going to be interesting to see how they work together. Man, this is a really fun running order we have here today, Mean Gene. Pace car's already off here.
Tony Iverson going to be starting in 6th. Joe Volpus 7. Devin Owens 8, Kevin Kyle 9, Hillman 10. That's your top 10. We're about to go green as they are bringing it around, keeping an eye on that lead car here today. Jordan Fisher, he's in that number 39. And we are green. Away we go. 40 laps scheduled here today. Look how quickly Buddy Sully trying to peek around the outside of Applegate. Applegate going to move into second. He's in that tied car. We've seen some aggressive driving out of him. Rolling it through turn number 3. A lot of side-by-side. Little bumpy
the 46 is around, Mean Gene. Gabriel's around. And we have not brought this up yet, but do not expect any cautions here today. So Gabriel is going to have to figure that one out the hard way, is he not?
Yep, he's rolling again. No, as Zach said, no full course cautions unless there's an absolute logjam. Eric Gambrill not going to be happy with that one. At least he's not running that 900 number again. And he's only, just a few seconds behind the 19th position car of Hunter Hall. He's only 2 seconds off the pace. It'll be fine. It's fine.
It'll be okay, Mean Gene. It's no big deal. Jordan Fisher, however, you're talking about it'll be fine. He's off to a great start. He has Buddy Sully behind him in the 21 tied car. That's a new look for Buddy Sully. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not Buddy Sully, but that's Grant Applegate who made the pass. Applegate running the 914 triple-digit number. He's up to second. Buddy Sully losing second place on that restart. Great start, and we've never seen Applegate. I don't think either of us have, Mean Gene, turning right before, so this will be fascinating to see how the 914 rookie is able to do here today.
Applegate and Fisher both. First time we've seen him on a course. Applegate getting a little wiggly. That's the second time we've seen him Tokyo drift. So he needs to slow it down. Don't try to race Jordan Fisher. Race the track. And that's where he's going to find the most success. Buddy Sully falling back into that second position. That was his starting position, but that great start by Applegate. Let that Tide 914 sneak on by. You know, Buddy's a good guy to follow around. See what he's doing. And then just kind of take over if you get that opportunity. Behind them, nice little group of three there. You got Matt Novella, Tony Iverson, Eric Thornton behind them. That group kind of single file, figuring it out. You know, Matt Novella, that's a guy, last two times that they did run road courses, they were at Watkins Glen, and we saw Novella take podiums both times. So that's a fellow we're kind of accustomed to seeing doing really well here. He is a solid driver, doesn't make too many mistakes, and that's what it's going to take here today. It's going to be tough to say I'm here to win. You just want to finish and have a nice position.
Yeah, I always kind of harp on this when we come to these road courses, Mean Gene, but when I'm talking to my team about these, especially the guys who don't enjoy road courses as much as others, right? I always tell them this is an attrition game. This is not about being fast. It's about piecing together fast, consistent laps and not making mistakes. Mistakes are so much more costly than being a little bit off your peak pace. You really want to run your delta here, in my opinion. You want to run as consistent as you can, and it's easier said than done, especially at a track like this. I mean, all I can do is speculate, Mean Gene, but gosh, I've been here in person, and here we are watching on iRacing. The elevation changes here are unlike anywhere else you have to drive in a stock car, in my opinion.
Wow, we got somebody well off the pace there. Not really sure. Right behind Gambrel, he just went around. Was that John Beverly? I think he just lost a ton of positions.
Let's see, we have Hall behind, and there's J-Bev. J-Bev doing okay. Something may have happened to Hunter Hall. We'll have to see if we can take a look at that. But yeah, we have a lot, and it looks like Jose Medina having a rough go of it as well.
Oh, and there's somebody loose. Looks like Gambrel going for another.
Gambrel back around, yep.
That's crazy. He had made it back to 15th, from 20th to 15th, spins out. Now he's back on the track again. I can't wait to see how many times this guy goes up and forward. There he goes.
Yep, just loose through there. And that is all it took for Gambrel. Man, rough situation there.
Yeah.
As we go through this.
Just straight crickets.
Yep. And then there's Dalton Geyer dealing with Bollinger right here. Bollinger working his way through the field. Not with probably the qualifying. You wanted Geyer going to let Bollinger through there is what it seems like. And sometimes that could be the right call, Mean Gene, not to have to deal with that and to make these passes quick, right? Whether or not you're the one getting passed.
Yeah, it's. I think it's just common sense. Also, let these people go by. Get back into your own rhythm. You're racing the track here. Anybody at home that's done this, you know the situation. If you start thinking you're going to run the same lap as somebody else, you're going to be really upset, and that's just not where you want to be. Right now, look at Colin. He's really doing a good job. Remember, Bollinger, part of his 10-point penalty for last week, he was allegedly hooked Jack Sanders there at the end, allegedly. Also, in addition to the 10 points, he was given an EOL at the beginning of the race. So Bollinger trying to make his way up through the pack right now. 11th place is his current position. Looks like he is going to sneak by the pink Michael Mata. Mata going to tap him just to let him remember, hey, I'm in this championship too, buddy. Remember, I won Daytona, not you.
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, we did see a lot of penalties handed out last week. Specifically, what they said with Bollinger is that it would have potentially been the Austin Dillon rule if he was to have gone on and won that race. Of course, Bollinger finishing second in that race. Ooh, looks like Gambrel might... Oh, not going to bring down the pits. I thought he was. He's actually a lap down already, though. Mean Gene. But Bollinger was only given a points penalty, but if he had crossed the start-finish line first there, that win would have been taken away from him, as well as the playoff points that would have came with it. So interesting there. I think the league potentially kind of trying to, for lack of a better word, put the hammer down, right? And really set an example for what is okay and what isn't okay here in this league.
Yeah, you didn't want that to end that way, but there was a lot of escalating events, I think, leading into that. Michael Mata made contact with Daniel Plant Smith in Discord, and a teammate of Colin Bollinger. That took Smith out of the race. So Colin already thinking, okay, it's Gladiator Mad Max time. And then when Jack Sanders went by, Sanders on an entirely different team is like, oh, I might win this race. Gets allegedly hooked and taken out.
Allegedly hooked.
Allegedly. So not a good day for the Colonel as he went from thinking he was going to win that race to falling back, unfortunately. Meanwhile, hey, look up at second place. Our boy Grant got by Buddy again. So Grant Applegate once again making his way through there. But how about that lead? 5.5 seconds already is the lead for Jordan Fisher, and he is putting people a lap down. Jose Medina going to go a lap down. Jose's got him a hardware change coming soon. Did he tell you about his future prospect?
Enlighten me. Actually, I've not heard about that.
Yeah, well, you know, Jose, that's that number 54, first to engage Toyota. He has the Oculus device that he loves so much that will zone out on him periodically. We saw that just yesterday in the Sunday Premier Cup race, costing him positions. He's got a new computer coming that's going to have better capability, and so fingers crossed, he's thinking that's going to spare him the indignity of having to race on a monitor like the rest of us peasants.
Exactly, right? I actually started my journey here on iRacing. Jose goes a little bit wide there, a little bit of smoke in front of him. On, what's it called? A virtual reality Oculus. The experience, have you ever done it, Eugene? Have you ever Oculus in iRacing?
No, I'm a little jealous, though, because, I mean, imagine being able to look left and right and see out of your car.
Oh, it's a crazy concept, right? Like a human would be able to. And I couldn't agree more. It really is awesome, but man, is the 2600 Hall gets loose. Hall into the grass. There he is. Or the dirt, I should say.
Now he's going to have to back up.
Oh, instead of backing up, he just toes me and Gene. He toes. And
that's a 3-minute, whoopsie.
This place will break you, will it not?
That's unfortunate. So, yeah, Hunter Hall, 21st position now with the toe job. Medina is a lap down. 19 cars on the lead lap as that lead of Fisher just continues to go and go and go. He's only 2 seconds behind Jack Sanders now.
Yeah, it really is impressive. I mean, Fisher is just lights out fast. His fastest lap, Mean Gene, is over a second faster than anyone else in the field right now.
Yeah, and he turned that 113 in practice or in qualifying as well. So this guy, this might be his day. Him and his crew chief, Chris Lewis, for that number 39 Ford, just watching him have a great day. And hey, I bet the boys from the Air Force Base back in his hometown also enjoying this if they're watching in their bar. Look at him make quick work of Sanders right there. Good, classy move by the Colonel to move to the side, let him go. Sanders was probably looking on his SDK. Is that Colin? No, okay, you go by.
Exactly. I think these guys I think also last weekend we saw with DDIRL, and even saw a little bit in this league, a lot of hard racing in between lappers and lead lap cars. And that's not something I think you expect here at these road courses. I think a little bit more courtesy is shown here at these road courses, like you just saw there with Sanders. Also a very gentlemanly driver and one of those guys involved in the drama last week, trying to set an example there and doing a great job of it. But that lead for Fisher is getting bigger and bigger. It's swelled up to 6.7 seconds. One guy who is making great progress in this field here is the 4th place now of Tony Iverson. And he's putting out some pretty fast laps, Mean Gene.
Yeah, Tony Iverson, last lap, 115.9. So four cars still turning 115 laps. Tony Iverson being one of them. He's got him a nice, almost 4-second lead over Matt Novella. So Iverson has to feel pretty good. But he's also got 4 seconds behind Buddy Sully. So he's kind of in a little no man's land. But that's nice on a road course. I think that lets you focus on your marks and really just put down some laps. We're on lap number 9. Of course, this is a 40-lap race. You will see stage points awarded to the top 5 on lap number 20, end of 20, beginning of 21. Will be no caution. There is no break. But, you know, it's always nice to get you a few extra points as this goes on. Speaking of points, why don't we talk about some interesting drivers I've kind of had an eye on. I want to do a little highlight on Zach Clausen, that number 43. You know, Zach has a couple of less starts than the other drivers, but in his starts, this guy has a top 5 and 3 top 10s in just 5 starts. So interesting to see.
He's been excellent. Oh, go ahead.
No team. You know, he's not on a team. He's a rookie. Today, of course, a little bit more trouble. He's in 14th place back there, 5 seconds slower than the leader per lap. But he's just out there putting down laps, waiting to see if other people in front of him are going to make a mistake. As we said, road courses are more of a survival for 99% of the field. But I wanted to give a little shout out to Farmer. 5 races, 3 top 10s, 1 top 5. Pretty impressive. Oh, somebody pitting.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Is it Medina?
That's John Bev.
Oh, Jay Bev going to bring it down the pits. That's pretty early. Do you have any idea what these guys are expecting for life in terms of fuel usage?
I was thinking, somewhere between 11 and 13.
And here we are on 11.
Absolutely when they're going to come in. It's just a matter of how far you want to try to push that thing. I don't think tires, well, look, as I say, I don't know about tires. He took right sides there.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think this track could be a little bit more mean on tires than what we're used to, because we saw at places like Watkins Glen, drivers electing not to take tires. I also wonder if that is specific to the car too, right? We see it more on trucks than we do on next gen, in my opinion. These next-gen stock cars, tires do seem to be of very, very large importance here. As we look at Vulpes currently sitting in 7th place and Novella in front of him. And one more thing that's sticking out to me, Mean Gene, and we talk about this all the time in this league here as we put our eyes on Novella with Thornton in front of him running in 5th place, Iverson in 4th, is Novella running 6th. He is the defending road course winner in MRL over on the Truck Series. He had just won Watkins Glen. The guy who dominated that race and gave it away at the end, as you see Thornton going to put Sanders a lap down there. But the guy who threw it away at the end and led almost every lap was this guy right here, the 08 of Hillman. And guess where he's running, Mean Gene? He's over an 8th. He's over an 8th, well, 32 seconds behind our leader.
So Hillman, you know, I think he's making sure now those mistakes are not going to come. I did watch the 08 of Hillman in practice, and he had a few spins, but that was when he was really trying to push and break down into that 1:14 time. So I think Hillman probably going to be a little bit more cautious, depending, of course, on who's around him. Alex Hillman. Also, guy had a good run last week. We saw him up at the front of Daytona a few times. So this is a fellow that just continues to develop. Also won the ARCA race Friday at Daytona, I believe.
Yeah, he has been lights out. He did win the ARCA race on Friday. That was like oh no, Mean Gene.
Why did you talk about him?
That was your fault. That was your fault. You said the win thing. I didn't say the win thing. You said the win thing. Oh, that was a big hit.
I said wind, like, you know, with a sailboat.
Oh, like a D. Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, I'll tell you what.
Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, well, either way, we're both very sorry. That was potentially our fault. But that right side, I'm going to see if I can get us a look at this. It's not turning, Mean Gene. That one's turning. The other side's not. Oh, look at that wheel. Look at that fender.
So he might come into the pit. Speaking of the pit, John Beverly's still down there, 2 minutes and 42 seconds and counting.
Hillman again, Mean Gene. Geyer. Cool, that was close.
That would have been, you'd have been paying for 2 cars right there.
Yeah, that could have been really, really close right there. And unsurprisingly, Hillman going to bring it down, try to see how bad his damage is. I mean, one thing to remember here, I'm sure it's the first thing you thought when you saw that massive hit, no more fast repair here.
Yeah, no fast repairs, so that's just something that they're going to have to deal with. That front right not looking very healthy. I'm still wondering what's going on with John Bev down there.
Is he still just chilling down there? Let's see. Yeah, there's Jay Bev,
chilling.
And here comes
Looks
Hillman.
like Hunter Hall's also down there. He's finally back out on the track after a 1 minute and 2 second pit stop. Hillman coming in. Here comes Grant Applegate. This is the first Grant Applegate coming down into the pit. This is going to be your first contender. You know, he was running up in second. Perfect opportunity. In and out for him. I don't have a pit time on him.
He's in right now. Here he comes down. Long pit row here, Mean Gene. Long pit row here at Sonoma. I mean, granted, I guess luckily for them, they don't have to worry too much about that, right? As these will likely be all green flag pit stops. But my guess is 4 here.
I'd go none because I'm a crazy person.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, you are a crazy person. Sorry, I actually have this pause right now. I'll have us go in just a sec.
You know, it leads me back to what you said earlier, though, about all right, it looks like he's taking left sides there.
Yep.
Leads me back earlier, though, to what you said about racing guys under caution also. I think it's just a mentality that certain drivers have. You know, when I've been racing for championships and wins, every time I come around to lap drivers, I try to keep in consideration that they're battling for lucky dog. They're battling within their own lap. So I try not to, you know, judge them too poorly when they're doing that. Oh, speaking of, look at that. Oh, in the Tide car, Applegate jumps like he's Bo Duke there, getting around Colin Bollinger. Great run there. What's wild is Grant has pitted.
Right.
And he's in 7th place. So really wild to just see how much quicker those leaders are, those top 3, you know, Fisher, Applegate, Buddy Sully. And then when they come back out, where they are. Of course, Colin really regretting that EOL. This is a tough track, no cautions to, you know, bail you out.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Bollinger, that was for position. And I think what stuck out to me more than anything there, Mean Gene, was just how much those tires did matter. Applegate made quick work there of Bollinger and has since pulled away already by about a second. So those fresh tires paying out quickly there, that did bring Applegate after that pass down to 7th. Everyone in front of him, which is Fisher, Soley, Iverson, Thornton, Novella, and Bulpus, have yet to pit. So here we are on lap 16. Going to be interesting to see how long these guys want to push it. One thing to note here, Mean Gene, is we are only 4 laps away from the stage points paying out.
Yeah, I could see guys trying to stay out, but I just wonder how much further that fuel can go. Matt Novella currently in possession of 5th place, that last payout position, 9 seconds ahead of Vulpes, 21 seconds ahead of Applegate, who's already pit. So Novella has to feel pretty good about where he is in relation to the rest of the field, trying to gain those playoff points. Up front, though, look at Jordan Fisher. This guy has lapped up to 11th place already, on lap 16. He's putting on a Michael Mata-esque performance. If you remember, Michael Mata took the pole, or not Mata, Mazza.
Mazza, yeah, you're right.
Nick Mazza last year at Watkins Glen took the pole, fastest lap, led every lap as well. So kind of having a flashback, PTSD, one might even say, to that, watching Fisher here today. Fisher, of course, 2 wins on the season already, Darlington, Dover. And now here he is looking for that 3rd win. That would be something, especially in this points race. Oh, and the pink car of Mata going the wrong way. That
yeah, I'm
bad.
seeing a few, actually. I see how Solely potential.
Mata
I
hit
think
the
he's
brakes,
pitting.
went in the grass.
Yep. Okay, I'll take a look at Mata as well. Let's see. Here's Mata. Looking okay now.
Have you ever gone in the grass, Michael? No, not here.
Yep. That's actually, here we go. I have it for us. Let's take a look at what happened to Michael Mata. It looks like he went off track here, was it, Mean Gene?
No, I don't know. He went in the grass, so I saw it.
Oh, I don't think you're making things up. As it looks like, and also, are you looking at your last lap time data you have? Because look at those laps that Fisher is putting down right now. My goodness.
Look at Applegate, 1:14.27 last lap.
That
Ooh.
could matter. Here we are live with Fisher. And that could definitely matter, Mean Gene. That's going to be fascinating.
It is. Best lap by Fisher is a 1:14.12. But last lap from Fisher, 1:17.87. 1:18. Look at Tony Iverson, turned to 1:16.51 that last lap. So he's also trying to get a little bit more speed out of that number 13 Ford is Tony Iverson, but still 13 and a half seconds behind your leader, Jordan Fisher. I'm just curious what's going to happen when Fisher comes to pit, what decisions he makes as far as tires go and where he comes out in relation to Applegate. Applegate, of course, with that shorter pit back on lap number 13, has now had 5 laps to be 3 seconds faster than Jordan Fisher. So going to be fascinating to see when he does come back out and see where he is in relation. Applegate currently in 8th place. And we talked about earlier how far behind he was, that 5th position car of Novella, not making up too much time, but he is getting him some decent times. Oh no, and then Applegate last lap 1:16 right there, so still making up some space.
And this could be part of the reason why dealing with traffic now is Applegate, probably one of the faster cars on the track with those fresher tires, but he's going to have to make the most of it. And now that we have our pylon available to us, and I apologize to all those watching that we did not for the first couple laps there, but now we have that. First of all, that gap that Fisher has is enormous, but secondly, we're only 2 laps away from the end of the stage. I'm curious, the fascinating part to me is, can Fisher make it on fuel? And if he cannot, so it's like Sully's going to bring it down. Here comes Sully. If Fisher can't make it, were those fast laps by Applegate enough to potentially steal a stage here? We'll have to find out. Because you know that Fisher probably has to be points racing, right? He's very close to the lead of these standings. He's had an excellent season. He's right there, Mean Gene. So I'm super curious to see how he does this.
You know, I'm looking at Applegate. He had a bad turn back on lap number 16. He actually had a bad turn, went in the grass, almost hit the wall. That let Colin Bollinger get back by him. So Applegate, that was 12 seconds off the pace. So all those good laps he did.
Makes sense. All
lap
gone.
Number 16. Yeah, all gone. What turn is that?
Oh, man, Mean Gene, Buddy Sully, there is a 15-second pit stop. Oh, man, the reason it felt so long, 15-second pit stop, which is 4 tires, but a 51-second, nearly 1 minute pit time. So just how much time you spend in the pit lane. What a long pit lane this is. And, wow, Tony Iverson, that lap, took 2 seconds off of the lead from Fisher. He put down a 1:16 while Fisher put down a 1:18. But now Iverson, with 1 to go in the stage, is going to bring it down for likely 4 tires and fuel. And I'm thinking, Mean Gene, likely your one and only pit stop, right?
It could be. We'll just have to monitor that.
Here comes Thornton.
If you can make it that far. Teammate Eric Thornton right there. Now look at this. Jordan Fisher is about to catch David Owens.
Yeah,
David Owens, really good on road courses.
Really
but
good.
Here he is now with a window of the 31 right in his rearview mirror, just chasing him down right now. That's gotta hurt.
Did this guy come from a GT3 background or something? Because this is unbelievable amount of speed. Like, I've lost to David Owens on these type of tracks, and I consider myself kind of good at this. I have a couple trophies to my name turning right, but the idea of David Owens getting lapped on speed is crazy to me.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're seeing right here.
Look at this. So, okay, so this will be, we are in lap 19, am I wrong?
No, this is 20.
So this is 20. So sorry, my SDK doing the thing it always does, being a lap behind. So he will likely win the stage in pit lane.
Wow.
Let's keep our eye on it. Here it is right about here on this curve. Kind of weird start-finish line here at Sonoma. There it is. Novella 25 seconds back. And there's your stage winner right there. And Novella's going to pit as well. So it looks like Novella may get second place stage points by doing the same strategy. Volpus is next one up. He's going to pit. Applegate will stay out. So this will be interesting. And also what I'm thinking here, Mean Gene, as you see Lewis ducking it down as well. Applegate pitting on lap, I believe it was it 13 or 15?
13, yeah.
13. Does he have enough fuel? Likely not to make it to the end of this race.
He just passed Volpus.
He did, so he will steal. That could have been second place. I think that may have been second place in the stage, Mean Gene.
Wow. And now he's looking at putting Clausen a lap down. So He's only 8 seconds behind Jordan Fisher.
And a couple of news for Alex Hillman fans. Hillman out the race. We saw that contact. That was clearly too much to repair that OA. And Jose Medina as well out of this race.
Yep, trailers are already getting full. Attrition starting to strike. Not what you want to see here
Look at Owens
today.
here. Just seeing if I saw he crashed, but I'm thinking it's just him slowing down for the pits. Thinking no issues here if Owens there or not, so we're going to go back live here. Just making sure, me and Gene doing my house cleaning here.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye. You know, whenever you see zero chill in the back like that.
Exactly, you see Owens crashed.
Yeah, you got to think he crashed. Kevin Kyle, Dalton Geyer now in the pits as well with
Here they are.
David Owens, and they're coming out slowly. Speaking of Kevin Kyle, what do you think? I mean, we just had the halfway point. You want to do a little shout out to one of our sponsors?
I'm thinking, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's this? Trophies. Look at these trophies. Oh, yeah. Oh, a surfboard. Yeah. Oh, check out that Daytona 24. Yeah. Oh, wine bottle. Big time. Cup of wine in the big time. Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, and if you want a great trophy, and I will say this is a really fun track to show this off at, because Kevin Kyle, if you haven't, you saw a bunch of the trophies there, and the ones that stick out to me are the road course ones. And I won't lie, Gene, the first time I was leading laps around a road course, what was on the back of my mind? Damn, this trophy from Kevin's gonna look cool.
Nice. Already looking at the wall, thinking,
Exactly.
where am I
Where am I gonna put it?
where am I gonna? You know, that's my biggest problem as well. You know, I look at my wall, and I've got the wall of Kevin Kyle trophies, and I'm thinking, how am I going to fit another one up there? But Kevin continues to just make such great trophies that we just find space. Oh, little contact there.
Check out this. Speaking of contact, Gene, this is a replay here. Keep your eye on Mata here, and watch out for, I thought Steve Lewis may have came into the picture here as Mata up the track there. Behind him is Vulpes, looks like on fresher tires. And there it is. Mata runs it wide. And then what happened just a little bit later than that, check this out, Gene. Keep your eye on the 88 of Louis here. This is the 88 of Steve Lewis. Up around. This is one of the tighter parts of the track where you really don't want to make a mistake. Walls surrounding you. Loose goes Lewis. Oh! Honestly, better than the wall. Better than the wall, Gene.
Yeah. It's a little terrifying, though, right there.
As is this re-entry that he's about to...
You can't park there, dude. You can't
park
there.
He's just going to use the whole ass track, isn't he?
Oh,
my God! That was Jordan Fisher. That was Jordan Fisher.
Well, I think that Dover Air Force Base would have come after Louis.
Yeah.
They'd have made a trip. They'd have made a trip to Missouri.
I think I just heard a bunch of a bunch of
They
guns
have
floating.
planes.
Oh, they have planes.
They could get there. Yeah.
Even scarier. As Applegate, that early pit, it did benefit him, Gene, as he is now inherited second, like we saw. I'm just like, we'll have to keep our eye on Applegate and see how that strategy works out for him in terms of fuel. That's what I'm worried about. And what I'm also worried about, oh, wow, loose moment there for Applegate. But the pace of Buddy Sully, he is down to 5th place now, 25 seconds back.
Yeah, Sully a little bit off. I'm not super surprised. You know, Buddy's got to be a little bit rusty. A lot of these fellows are running multiple leagues. You know, they're putting so many hours in the rig. Buddy not having that opportunity right now, just kind of getting back into the hang of it. And I mean, look who just passed him. I mean, having Matt Novella go by you, that's a dude running a lot and is really good on these road courses.
And Novella, like we just said, defending winner over the MRL Truck Series on this type of racing over at Watkins Glen. Novella always knocking on the door at these tracks. Not surprising to see him in the top 5 and to see these guys just absolutely rip the S's. But I think that's a really good point you just brought up there, Gene, about Buddy Sully and why this car is different. And, oh man, see Novella get wide there, almost opened the door for Sully. Not quite enough though, as Novella, ever the bull driver, able to recover by just sheer force of will there. But back to the car. really what it is to me, Mean Gene, especially at a track like this, a track where you're turning right, it's that fifth gear, right? I think you'd have an easier time going in between an Xfinity car and a truck, even though they're shaped differently, they have way different horsepower, they drive different, they have 4 gears. Adjusted to that fifth gear, and really the fact that when they built this car, it was built off of this next-gen car, I should say, it was built off of an IMSA car. It was actually designed to be good on short tracks and this type of racing. The current NASCAR schedule runs, I believe, 6 or 7, I think 7 road courses / street courses / rovals. So this car is very trimmed out for this type of racing, which I think opens it up for guys like Fisher to be as lights out as he is, but also can kind of offset the raw talent someone like Buddy Sully has if he doesn't have this car quite mastered yet.
Yep. I think he's real close there, though. He's going to see some good lines following around Matt Novello right there. Meanwhile, we got a little bit of a race going on. How about Kevin Kyle and Dalton Geyer? Those two guys getting a little bit closer. That's turning into a little bit of something. Some laugh track as well. You can see right in front of them. Oh, a little bit of touching right there, too. That was
Geyer as well.
Yeah, a little
Oh, that's Fisher, obviously. Jeez. Okay, should we start taking bets now, Mean Gene? What's he lapping up to?
No, I don't know.
I'm going to go 6th. Buddy Sully is going to be the last car in the lead lap when this race is over.
Oh, I like what you did there because right now there's a big gap. Volpus 44 seconds back, whereas Buddy Sully 27 seconds. I mean, you know what? I'm going to aim big. I'm going to go big. I'm going to say he's going to lap everybody but Grant Applegate. No, wait. Applegate has to pit again, most likely.
He could lap everybody if Applegate has to pit again.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to say he's going to lap everybody just to say it.
I mean, if you're right, what an awesome prediction that would be. What a beatdown this already is, but what a, like, on paper beatdown that would be if we could see Fisher lap the whole MFing field. And uh-oh, Mean Gene, I'm not sure if you just saw this. Let me see if I can get us a good angle at this. Not that angle. Do you see what I see?
Angle. A little bumpy pool. Who do you at?
Yeah, it's kind of frowning at us.
Or smiling.
Yeah. I guess it depends on if the glass is half empty or half full, how you feel about that. But yeah, oh, Mean Gene. Look at this. Look at this. There it is.
That's what we knew was going to happen.
So this is going to be with 14 to go. We saw that exceptional pace from Applegate when he first exited the pits, right? So we know he's good. He's good on fuel now. He's good to go to the end, but I think he's the only one on the lead lap that's going to have to do this, take this extra pit stop. So here we go. He's going to come in right behind Volpus. That's Bev. That's John Beverly right there on his inside. Beverly is a couple laps down, so Beverly doing the gentlemanly thing and letting him by, knowing that he needs to get to Volpus as quick as he can. Oh, man. So the win, not in the cards for Applegate, unless we get one of those miracle cautions. But now let's take some other bets. Now let's double or nothing here. Where is Applegate about to drive up to?
Oh, yeah. Well, he made it to second last time. He's currently
but they had to pit. They're not pitting
seconds
again.
Behind. He's 20 seconds behind Thornton from right there. So I would think in the next 14 laps, he'll probably make up 2 seconds. That's 28 seconds. Ooh,
oh, no, Mean Gene. Something happened. Something happened. Here we go. I'm just going to tell you it's something. I don't like the names I'm seeing here, and I saw it in the pylon too. There's Owens off track.
Hold on.
It's not over yet. Everyone off track there. Novella did top of screen as well. Owens' tires are dirty now. This car is going to be loose. Keep your eye on Thornton behind him. Thornton keeps it together. Okay, looks like we're okay there. So it was just those off tracks. That's all it was. I'm seeing a lot of data. The way our, I'm sure you're seeing it on your end too, the way our data tells us what's going on is, it can be kind of misleading as that was. And this is Hunter Hall here. And I apologize to one of the cars I own. Oh, nice solid chunk out of Zach Panzarella's wallet right there.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
It's fine. That's what they tell me all the time, Mean Gene. They always say that to me.
Fine. Meanwhile, Applegate
Already
did
got
get
Vulpes.
by Joe Vulpes. Yep, and he's a second, 2 seconds ahead of Vulpes.
We'll take a
But
look at the
now
pass.
he is 15 seconds behind Buddy Sully. So a little bit of work for Applegate.
Gonna be a nice
if he wants
crossover, I
to
think,
catch up
here.
to Buddy.
This is the pass, and that is exactly what I predicted. Oh, went for the crossover. Vulpes, great job hung on the bottom, not letting it happen. But then Applegate says, I don't care what you want to do. Around I go. I will say, Mean Gene, I do think it's more about the car than it is the track, but this is the most I've ever seen tires matter on a road course.
Well, that's something that Applegate is going to get, is those tires with that extra pit stop. Maybe he's not even worried about Fisher. He's just
Right.
thinking about the other guys
Or the
on the
win's not
track.
happening. The win is not happening. Do not,
Meanwhile,
Derek Fisher
how
should not
about
exist, these guys.
Look at Kyle and Dalton Geyer. They're still battling. This is still one of the more exciting races out there. You can see Kyle, he's in that 31, red, white, blue in the front, yellow in the back.
29
And
here,
Dalton
actually.
Geyer in that DDI right here. This is a great run.
Yeah, Kyle runs the 29 here. Not sure why Kyle runs the 29 here, but he does. I think probably to confuse us, I think is why. I mean,
Is he a Harvick fan?
That's a great. I know he's a Chastain fan now because he's a loser. But beyond that, I don't probably the guy behind him was a Harvard fan, which would make this even funnier. Good friends here, even in real life. Kevin Kyle and Dalton Geyer do know each other, so seeing them have to battle each other at a track like this is pretty entertaining because Dalton Geyer is no slouch on road courses. Me and Gene, I've humble bragged about my road course ability, and everything I know comes from that 36 right there, my teammate and cousin, and he is really good in these tracks. He also recently picked up a win here on this network in the DDIRL over at New Hampshire, which obviously it's an oval, but it races flat, and you really need to know how to get the most of these cars. And I need to remind myself never to look at Dalton Geyer with the right camera because he has the worst connection known to man. But really, really impressive. And also, Mean Gene, we talked a little bit about how crazy it was watching David Owens get lapped on speed. What if I told you the next guy up was Colin Bollinger?
No, I
Right?
disbelieve. I'm going to roll a D20, and I successfully disbelieve. I'll tell you what, Owens, his trouble continue because now Novella and Sully are about to chase him down. You can see just what a great job Matt Novella is doing, but he's dragging Buddy Sully around this track with him. And then Owens is the next car in front of these two guys. Of course, Novella in third right now, Buddy Sully in fourth. And then look at that. They've got Owens in their sight, and then the second place car of Eric Thornton directly ahead of Owens. So they've already closed that gap on Eric Thornton as well. It's just a 2.9 second gap. Thornton did run a 100th of a second faster than Novella and Sully, but that 56 and that 21 really making chase, trying to get after the number one of Eric Thornton. Wow, and look at that last lap by that trio, 116.8.
Wow.
116.9 and 117.05, 0.2 of a second faster than our leader Jordan Fisher. So they're not holding back. They can smell each other. They can see each other. They're trying to make it happen. Who's the man to talk about though? Grant Applegate with a 114.98.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hope you're seeing that lap time because my goodness, Applegate is putting it down right now. Giving himself a chance at that podium finish that we speculated about. And let's ride on board with Applegate right now and just see how he gets around here because me and Gene, I think this might give all you guys at home an idea of just how difficult it is to get around here and what those 5 gears mean. So on that top right of the dash, you see the 4 there right now. That is the gear he's in. And just watch how much you are working that gearbox here. And I do think potentially, I know a few of these guys, me and Gene. I'm not sure what you're on. Are you on an H shifter or are you on a paddle shifter?
Yeah, I got an H.
Oh, I'm on a paddle. I think at a track like this, I think an H shifter could be disadvantageous. I think you're going to want to paddle here because remember one of the other big changes they made in real life, which didn't impact us big on the sim racing side, but again, these cars are IMSA or built off IMSA cars, and I'm sure you remember this too, means one of the big changes about the next gen. These are sequential transmission gearboxes here, or sequential gearboxes, which means instead of H pattern, first is up top left, seconds below that, to the top right above that would be third, and so on. It's just up and down. It's just up and down, and that would pay more to a pedal shifter. And just look at how much you're seeing Applegate right now working those gears, Mean Gene. Just in this lap alone, I've seen him go all the way down to second and all the way up to fifth.
Yep, you got to have hands, quick hands, quick hands. That's one of the websites I monitor. Quick hand shifting. So not a problem for champions.
Not for ones like you.
Up front, no. I'll tell you what. Last lap, Bollinger up, all running 116s or better. Volpa's falling off a little bit, so I don't think Colin liked us saying that he might get lapped. I think he might be listening to the broadcast. He's kind of holding around that 1 minute mark. He has closed the gap on Volpus, though. He's about 9 seconds behind Joe Volpus. That's the 7th place car of Colin Bollinger. So going to be interesting to see. Yeah, hey, why not? Let's bring that
honestly,
up right now.
It was a happy accident right there, so let's do it.
There it is. Big shout out to our league sponsor, Chantilly Lace Weddings. They don't just do weddings, though. They do all of your family events. Chantilly Lace, one of the top 5 photography, videography companies on the East Coast. They're based in Myrtle Beach, Charleston, South Carolina, and Savannah, Georgia. Krista and Brandon Guerin have owned this company for years, and they can memorialize your wedding, your bar mitzvah. They do boudoir photos. If you're a starting up photographer and you're wondering about lighting setups, this is the team that you reach out to. Krista and Brandon, 20 plus employees under their staff, huge market, able to handle all of your wedding and family celebrations. Give them a shout out. They can definitely take care of you. That's Chantilly Lace. Thank you so much for sponsoring this season, number 5 of Monday Night Mayhem.
I love their catchphrase, that we have the know-how you need. So important in those special moments because you only have one shot at them, right? You don't hopefully get married twice or more times than that. So you're hoping
targeted.
Early.
I feel targeted.
Okay, no present company excluded. But also on top of that, those are important photos that hopefully, especially not to the same person, right? Me and Junior are not getting married to the same person more than once. As we're going to see Tony Iverson apparently went off track here. Let's take a look. But also that shot on their main photo there, just absolutely gorgeous. Such a beautiful shot there, capturing the light, capturing the couple perfectly. That's the stuff that you start nerding out over when your wife does. As we see Iverson. Oh no, Mean Gene, there it is. Small mistake, no damage.
Not what he wanted. Not what he wanted. Tony Iverson, off course. He's running 15th, a lap down. Not going to help his efforts here today. Tony Iverson, of course, he did win just a couple of weeks ago, getting his ticket to the playoffs, but he would like to continue to get as many points as possible. And racing is a momentum game.
Iverson was running in the top 3, so I'm going through my... so this is back on lap 21, Mean Gene. And this is why I think Iverson was running in 15th in the first place. Here we go.
Whoa. Looks like he got late on the
That'll
brake there,
do it. That's a solid-sized hit right there. Back across the racetrack. Figures it out quickly. Oh, boy. As John Beverly said, I've seen enough of this today. Eric Thornton's going to come around here. And Iverson immediately brings it in. And I'm thinking what he probably did there, Mean Gene, is he probably got the damage fix there, and that's probably what cost him that track position. So brutal day for Iverson for 2 weeks in a row.
That was his second pit for Iverson, and he was in there for 3 minutes and 41 seconds,
which was 3 laps
of repair damage. So not going to be happy with that one.
Look who's pitting, Mean Gene, with 5 to go.
Is that Thornton and Sully?
Yeah, he was running in second place. Sully is pitting. He was running in 4th. Applegate moves up to 3rd. Novella 2nd. I'm not seeing any wrecks involving these guys. They ran themselves out of fuel.
Well, they were going fast enough, so going to be interesting to see. I imagine this will just be a splash and go at this stage of the race.
You'd think so, right? It has to be. Yeah, fuel only there. Let's keep our eye on Sully now. brutal. I mean, granted, these guys have been putting down hot enough laps to where I think they'll hold on to at least the top 10. Keep your eye on Bollinger. He'll be catching up here. Let's look at Bollinger. Here he comes. It's going to be him and Sully. This is for position. This is for 6th place. Wow. And Bollinger has really picked up the pace. I don't think he is in really threat to get lapped anymore, so both of us might be wrong here, Gene. But not just that. You see Vulpes behind them, but Vulpes is in 4th.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that's not Vulpes. That's not Vulpes. I'm stupid. That is, who is that behind Bollinger? Whoa. Let's see.
It's Applegate. Somebody was parked again. Was that who's over there parked backwards? Is that John Beverly watching?
It may be. Oh, no. Oh, let's see here, Mean Gene. Here's what I
Beverly
have.
was over there smoking a cigarette.
Keep your eye on Novella here, actually. Watch Novella. We'll see. I have some data available, but I do know one thing that's going to happen. I know Applegate's going to pass him here. We'll see how. Oh, Novella locks it up a little bit, and that's all it took. And Applegate is up to 2nd place.
Yep. I kind of figured that was going to happen.
You were right about that part.
Whether other people needed a pin or not. And the other one was crazy. He looked like John Beverly. He just parked it for a minute and was watching cars go by. Lit him up a Camel non-filter. And
let's see that. Here's that replay for us here. So I think that's the point where he lights the cigarette.
Yeah, no, he's leaning down. He's reaching down into the passenger seat, trying to, like the lighter. I think he dropped the lighter.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I'll just pit because Jordan Fisher's behind me anyway, so let me just get the lighter. And maybe Bev calling it a day. And so here's what's crazy, Mimi G, and I'm sure you're seeing this on your end too because we use the same software. Are you seeing crashed on everyone's name?
Yeah, anytime they wiggle, I think maybe just how quickly they slow down as well. That might.
It's two things.
That throws it off.
It's them going below the threshold that tells us what a crash is, which I think we may have set a little bit high. And I have not, I've been trying not to derail this broadcast too badly looking at everything. But a lot of times what it's been as well, Mean Gene, is off tracks. And those add up. Every time you have an off track here, it's either a 1x or a 2x. And these drivers are allowed, I believe 17 until they are given a drive-through penalty. And then 25, you're out of here. You're done. You're disqualified. So every time I see those, I'm starting to think a little bit about when are those gonna add up? Guys like David Owens, that name I keep seeing. Oh, and there's Beverly around again. Now he really needs a cigarette in the pits. He just towed me.
Applegate. Oh no, is that Apple? That's Applegate.
That was Beverly looking like Applegate, spinning in front of or Beverly did spin in front. I'll back us up here a little bit. There it is, right there. Yeah, there he is. Looks like he spun there out of one of the more. That's where I actually sit when I do come here. That turn is so much fun, and you do see that happen a lot with the pros. So no shame there for John Beverly.
Yeah, it's a rough track. I mean, 14 turns, 160 degrees of elevation change. Meanwhile, DDI going to park another one. Looks like Hunter Hall going to call it a day as well.
Yes, he is.
So, maybe those some savable parts, some salvageable parts that you can get out of that. 7 cars on the lead lap. Jordan Fisher with a nice 33-second lead over over Grant Applegate. Applegate 4.5-second lead over Matt Novella. Thornton forced to pit. Finally caught Joe Vulpes. Buddy Sully making chase 2 seconds behind Joe Vulpes. That ought to be fascinating as they've only got 2 more laps, those two fellas do. Up front, Jordan Fisher, boy, still laying it down, trying to catch those fellas.
White flag.
And then Colin Bollinger, last car on the lead lap lead. He is barely eking. I think Fisher might actually catch him.
Yeah, Fisher has one more lap to do. He is on the white flag. He probably will chill out here, 32-second lead, and only one more time around here. And me and Gene, I think we just made history. It's been less than an hour. This will be the shortest race, I think, in Monday night, as long as we've been broadcasting history.
They might have to extend the amount of laps they do on a road course. That's how it's going to be, Joe. I know it's going to be that kind of race. I won that race.
I would agree, though. I think the distance maybe didn't do any favors for pit strategy, right? As Fisher already doing some little Tokyo drifts to celebrate a well-earned win. And what's sticking out to me, Mean Gene? Look where his that is Colin, and Colin lets him by. But look,
Yep.
that was about to say, look where he is.
Colin turned a really slow lap that last time too, 123. I wonder if he's in fuel save mode. Letting him go by also ends his race. He doesn't have to drive around one more time.
That's what I was about to say. That ends his race. That's going to end Bowling's race. And there it is.
Bam! Jordan Fisher is your winner. Third win on the season. Great run. Fastest in practice. Took the pole. Took the lead. Golly, I think he led every lap, if I'm not wrong. So we won't say it's a Nick Mazza performance anymore. We're going to call it a Jordan Fisher performance. Meanwhile, Grant Applegate, he's making his way around as well. He was threatening to lap a few people.
That would have been a bad time to have a disconnect.
Yeah, I saw the blink, and there it is. It is official. Grant Applegate going to take the second place finish. Great run by Grant. Here comes Matt Novella now making his way around those final turns. Bada bing, bada boom. Matt Novella got to be thrilled about his run today. Another podium for Matt Novella. This guy continuously the bridesmaid, never the bride. And here's Eric Thornton, second fastest in practice. Going to take him a nice, well-earned
Sully
fourth.
Just misses out on Volpus.
He does. Volpus holds him off. And that is going to be a fifth-place finish for Volpus. Got to be thrilled. Buddy Sully coming across in sixth, and everybody else finally finishing her off. Yep, and look over here. They're in that Toyota area. You can see that little celebration going on over there, a little private celebration with Matt Novella as he's decided to have his own.
And Grant, everyone has, I think, it only took an hour, but lost their minds. As here's Jordan Fisher, and I think what we also, you know what we just witnessed, Mean Gene?
What's
I think
that?
the first one we've ever had together, that was a grand slam by Mr. Jordan Fisher. That was every lap led. That was the pole. That was the fastest lap. That was the stage, and that was the win. Every point available, Mr. Jordan Fisher cashed out on.
Maxing out right there. That is going to help him in the points run, especially considering, think about this. Colin, 7th place, that's good for him, but 10-point penalty for Colin. And then the other guy that they're chasing, the leader, Andrew Bolander, isn't here.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
No Andrew Bolander, so I think we're going to see a little bit of a shakeup, and I would forecast, I would predict
that's our new points leader.
Jordan Fisher is going to be your new points leader. Other significant finishes here. I think we got a few guys still running out there, right?
Oh,
no, they've wrapped her up.
I mean,
Clausen showing off. What is he doing?
Everyone wants to. There's like a ramp right there, Mean Gene, and no one hit it right. But it's kind of funny when you do hit it right. You can go remember BRL with us? You can go flying there.
Yep, I remember seeing Jack Duval come over the top.
Yes,
Crazy
sir.
person.
All right, so
our
bonus.
Let's look at those.
You know who I want? Get me Buddy Sully. Let's make fun of him.
You want to talk to Buddy?
Yeah. Should we give him crap about the reason why our SDK wasn't working for the first half?
No. No, we definitely don't want to do that. All right, so I'm hunting him down. I see Grant. I see Jordan. Buddy. Where's Buddy hiding?
Oh, no.
Oh, there he is. He's way up there. Let's rip him.
Got him.
Rip him like a kitten away from their mother when you adopt them at the agency.
Oh,
you
God.
got him.
That sounds kind of like experience there, Mean Gene. Buddy Sully,
Yeah,
how
what
you
are you
doing?
trying to say?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We are doing
I didn't expect to be pulled in here.
You should always expect to be pulled in here, my friend. You should always expect to be pulled in here. You do some awesome work for us. You're one of the most valued members of this VRN team, and you're also someone you don't get to see enough of anymore, Mr. Defending Champion. Or not defending champion, past champion here in this league. So it's always great to see you, and we're gonna pull you in. So, did that race feel as short as it was? And I told Mean Gene I'd be a little bit mean to you. So did you feel your pace fall off as the race went on, starting in second place, ending up sixth, or take me through your day?
So the race did feel short. The other sense of the other equation is the pace didn't fall off. The fuel window was so tight. If you went slow enough, you could just one stop it. But if you wanted to be fast, you were going to have to two stop it.
Okay,
that's
interesting.
That whole race, I was racing without a right monitor too, so I couldn't see anything out of my right side.
Are you triple?
Yeah.
He's fine. Mean Genie's fine.
Fine.
So if you guys ever noticed, like if anyone got to my right side, I was extra cautious around. I could only see forward and through my left.
Gotcha.
Mental note. Pass buddy on the right. Mental note.
Or just turn him, Mean Gene. Just do what everyone else does.
But yeah, that race did feel really short for 40 laps.
It was. I mean, that was, I think, the shortest race. I mean, definitely that me and Mean Gene have covered. Just under an hour clocking in at. Beyond that, we saw you and Thornton have to be the only two lead lap cars to pit at the end. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think you ran it into about lap 2019, the run previous. So was it just too much fuel being used in that second run, being fast, or what was the situation there for you and Thornton? And what do you think was different for guys like Nobella in it? We know what was different at Applegate, but I guess guys like Nobella.
Pace.
Mm-hmm.
Just using more fuel and being more aggressive on the throttle, I think. Used it up. I think if we would have stayed out the one more lap, we probably could have made it to the end, but I don't know if you've ever tried to crunch numbers while racing a road course and not being only being able to see out of 2 or your 3 screens. It's not a ideal situation to be in.
You know, I agree with you. If you can ever have a spotter, this is the race, is it not?
Right.
Well, I guess
it was fun. It was fun to be back, though. I can say that.
That leads me into my next question, Mr. Buddy. We miss you a lot in more ways than one. Are you teasing us, or do we get more Buddy Sully in our future?
Oh, no, I'm back for good. Right here. My life's sorted out now, so.
Let's go, Mean Gene. We got Mr. Buddy Sully back. Go win yourself a race. Go get yourself into these playoffs. Hopefully there's still enough time. I don't think there is. But either way, keep showing up. You put on such a good show every week, buddy. We miss you. Champion of this series. Responsible for, I mean, if we're being honest, essentially everything BRN's able to do. So nothing but respect and love to you. And so great to see that 21 back on the track. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you out of here?
Yeah, it was fun racing with Eric and Tony and Owens again, and kind of getting back into a little bit of normalcy, hopefully. But you guys for the broadcast, I'll have to go back and see what all I missed.
Don't watch the first
race. Oh yeah.
Don't worry about that. But after that, it's a great broadcast, and it's all because of you. So thank you so much, buddy. And yeah, it's genuinely so amazing to have you back, and yeah, it's just wonderful to have that you're in a position to be back here. Genuinely heartwarming. So awesome to have you back, and love you, man. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, man, Gene. Now that we've gotten the wholesome stuff out of the way.
Well, I think the next one's going to be kind of the same.
Looking
at a guy that, you know, is Mr. Podium. I'm not gonna give him the trouble. I'm gonna pull him down right here.
He's gonna be all nice and stuff.
We'll see. Matt Novella, can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Podium. I mean, it seems like every time we're on a road course, you're going to be in the top 3. Is that how you feeling? You love those things?
Oh yeah, I'll take a top 3 all day.
Yeah, we were looking at the stats. First time at Sonoma, but you've been on this course before, right?
Not in any league races.
Oh,
wow!
So you busted through the ceiling with a top 3. A lot of good racing out there. You had Buddy Sully chasing you down for a little while. He was trying to steal your secrets, right?
Yeah, I think he was in save mode, just as much as I was. So, yeah, it was definitely crazy. Came down to a fuel race. Well, something.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. That guy was quick. He 2-stopped it. I'm sure Fisher could have 2-stopped it and still won the race.
Yeah, he was out there. I'll tell you, have you spoken with, or I remember last year road course was the Mazza show. You remember Nick Mazza? Did Jordan Fisher give you those vibes here on the road course?
A little bit. Well, I knew that guy was going to be an alien in a whole nother atmosphere. So it was just pretty much what's going to try to get a top 5 was the main thing that I was going for. So, yeah.
Well, better than that.
Definitely both fast guys.
Yeah, better than that, though, running that third solid finish there. Of course, top DDI driver. Your teammates had a little rough go today.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Hillman. I saw the 26. What's
Hunter.
Hunter, how confident was Hillman coming into this one? Did he feel good about this one? We know he is lights out usually.
I was talking to him earlier in the week, and he seemed pretty good. His lap times are faster than mine.
Wow.
So I'm surprised I didn't practice. He didn't lay down one, and even in qualifying. So I don't know what happened to him during the race. Sucks.
Yeah, same thing that happened to 50% of the field. The track is tough, and then you get around other people. You start trying to race instead of the track.
Slow. Yeah, just got to be there at the end. That's all. That's what I was hoping for.
Well, that was good to watch. You know, you were third in points coming into this. Of course, you have punched your way into the ticket. And people talk about just surviving the road course. You didn't just survive. You improved your station. Going to keep it tight in those regular season points. So, Matt Novella, great run today, finishing here, third place. Matt, anybody you want to give a shout-out to today?
Just the family and the DDI crew and you guys up in the broadcast booth. Doing a good job.
I love it. Matt Novella, he is your third-place finisher. Can't wait to see what you got next week at Pocono. Have a great night, Matt.
We're going to talk to you next week, too.
That's right. Living in the booth.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Congrats, Matt.
Thanks.
Did you hear that, Mean Gene? We did a good job.
I like it. That's what I like to hear.
This next interview could potentially be our most interesting because we have a lot of questions. I am fascinated about this guy's race today.
Are you bringing it?
I'll give him on camera. Keep bringing him over here. Is he still here? Have we
I brought him in.
Oh, Mr. Grant Applegate, you over here?
I'm here, I think. Am I here?
Yes, you are, sir. Is this our first time talking to you? I think it is.
Yeah, I didn't choke tonight, so yeah.
Hey, man, do you know what to do with your hands? Are you okay?
I
don't have any hands. They're numb.
Oh my gosh. So I guess that is what we should ask too. So was 40 laps too short or too long for that 914? And I guess biggest thing that I'm curious about for you, Grant, was you were the only exceptionally fast car that ran that. I think it looked like you knew going into this race 2 stops. I don't think Thornton and Sully would have liked to have stopped the second time if they could help it. It seems like you were the one who knew you were going to do that. So take me through your day. Take me through what you thought you had for Fisher and kind of what your goals were today.
My goals were, if Fisher fucks up, capitalize, but he didn't screw up. So, yeah, I felt like I was second place. Whoever Sully, I think, was the guy in third for a long time, and like I felt like he maybe was a little better, but he screwed up at one point. So then I was just like, okay, just don't screw up. And then I immediately screwed up on the first pit stop, spun out on new tires. So that was fun. But yeah, just honestly, we loaded the race up. It said you get 18.5 laps fuel. I was like, okay, I'm not saving that. So yeah, I said I'm not very good at fuel saving, so I just knew. Caution to the wind, just push it for 13 laps, pit, push it for 13 laps, pit, push it to the end. And that worked out plenty well. Like you said, I don't think any other fast people even did that. So, yeah, just honestly, I feel like the strategy itself was faster. I just wasn't good enough to obviously beat Fisher with it.
Right. I mean, Fisher was disgustingly good today. But yeah, that was definitely an interesting point. And I, as a driver, I entirely agree with you. When I see a situation like that, I am far better at just going as hard as I can and dealing with what I have than I am hypothetically saving fuel that I'm not sure if I can save. And then you can see the inverse of that with Sully and Thornton losing that podium. So beyond that, I mean, we've been having a great time watching you week in, week out. You've been putting on a show. I think finally got the finish that you have deserved all season. But what were your expectations going in? Did you know about Jordan Fisher's a clear road racing background that I think we're about to learn more about? And beyond that, do you consider yourself more of a road racer, or is oval racing more of your forte? Curious to learn about that with you as a driver.
Yeah, so I don't like running the road courses, but if I put enough practice in, obviously I can be decent. But yeah, Fisher and there's a couple other guys I race with who are just like what I would call ringers, and yeah, they're a second a lap faster, and not only a second lap faster, but they're also like 2 seconds more consistent. So like my best lap, you can look at the lap times. Me and Fisher, I think Fisher ran a 14.1 and then I ran a 14.2. But consistency wise, I was around a 15.5 the entire race. Whereas if he really wanted to, he could have ran the 14.1 the entire time. So I knew I'm good friends with Fisher. So yeah, I just knew I didn't really, I don't want to say I didn't have a chance, but I knew, like, especially lap 2 when I screwed up and immediately lost the 5 seconds. I was like, okay, quit trying to push and beat Fisher. You know you're not going to unless he messes up. So just run my pace. And that's what I did the rest of the race. And I ran my strategy to put my car in the position to not make the mistakes because I had better tire. That was kind of my thing with my strategy. I just would rather have the grip from new tires than be on old tires trying to save gas and then screw something up over or trying to lift too much and just screw it up that way. So just put tires on it, let me run my laps because it's hard enough for me to get around these road courses as it is. So yeah.
Yeah,
I would not consider myself a ringer. To answer your question.
No, it's like listening to myself right now, Grant. Because like I harp that with me and Gene. I always say that's what I tell my team. It isn't about raw speed. It's about attrition. It's about finishing the race. That's how you end up in second place, by just those consistent lap times. But you're right. Your fastest lap is a 1:14.2 and Jordan's is a 1:14.1. But I think what's even more fascinating than that is no one else was even close to the 1:14s beyond you two. The closest thing was a 1:15.3 by iRacing, but he finished 3 laps down due to, again, this comes down to road course racing. It doesn't mean a ton to me if you can run a lap that fast if you can't maintain that, right? If 1:15.3 is to where you're making mistakes, you're not that fast. So the closest was Novella, who finished right behind you, and that was a 1:15.7. So lights out fast today, Grant. Great job today. As you see on screen right there, there's that big accident by Tony Everson right there as we talk about it. But if Jordan Fisher didn't exist, this would have been a pretty straightforward race, even with those that strategy that you ran. So amazing drive. Only sets the stage for what you're gonna do for the rest of the season. Can't wait to watch, and also can't wait to watch you in that double-digit number that you deserve. I'm thinking this might be your last race in the triple-digit number, unless you really are attached to 914. So stoked for that. Amazing job, Grant. Anyone you want to give a shout-out to before we let you out of here?
Honestly, just a shout out to the broadcasters. I run in a lot of leagues, and y'all are the best broadcasters I've seen in a long time. So just shout out to y'all, and obviously shout out to the admins who let us race and have fun. That's the second, after y'all broadcasting, that's my second favorite part, is showing up somewhere where everybody's invited, but they also run it to where this league. Okay, all right, I'm struggling. Give me a second. This league is honestly probably the cleanest league I've ever been in. I mean, considering me and Fisher, some people have bad luck, like you said, with just, they're fast, but they screw up. And then once they screwed up, they didn't fight you tooth and nail to hold their position when you run them down from 5 seconds back and more, depending on the off strategies and all that. So just running up on somebody and then just first off having the awareness to see, oh, somebody just caught up to me. And second off, have the awareness to like, hey, they caught me from a long way back. I'm just going to give them the spot. So you don't see that very much on iRacing. A lot of people will just be like, it's a video game. I'm going to bumper. I'm going to hold my spot even when I'm a lap down in a race where we can't have cautions. I'm going to get that free pass eventually kind of shit. So
no, I agree.
Yeah,
man, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody for the show we put on, and appreciate y'all for broadcasting it so that we can watch it back and enjoy watching it.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't agree more, Grant. Like it really, I mean, every official you'll ever run is that. And yeah, whether or not you view it as a video game or as a platform or as a sim, guys like you clearly put down hours to be as fast as you are, and you deserve that respect on the track. So I totally agree, and I think the reason why you see so much of that respect given on this in this league is just the talent level is so just above the roof. It's insane. All the way down to 15th place today are guys who could win the championship, and I think a lot of people thinking ahead, but it genuinely means a ton, like you said about the broadcast. Thank you so much. That seriously means a lot. But I'll say the same thing I say every time. If you guys weren't so talented and weren't putting on such a good show, me and Mean Gene wouldn't come off so good. So great job today, and it was a pleasure watching you. Can't wait for the rest of the season. Awesome job, man.
I appreciate it, and we'll get back to ovals, and I'm about even with Fisher on ovals, so I'm hoping to not screw those up and give me a win, so we can see what happens.
Hell yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Man,
Yeah.
overdue, Mean Gene, getting to talk to Grant, and what a drive by him today. And I guess that only leaves us with one guy we'll have to talk to, does it not?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if we could call him a ringer on a road course because he's got 2 wins.
Just an alien.
On the yeah, he's just an alien straight up. Let's pull him on in here and see what we can see. Grant Applegate, you got Mean Gene and Zach Panzarella up here, bud. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I didn't know I was supposed
Jordan
to.
Fisher.
I was going to give you the win. I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
It's not last week.
Let's try this guy. There we go. Jordan Fisher, you there, buddy?
Yes, you got me finally.
I'll tell you what, man. Not 1, not 2, but 3 times. This man's been in victory lane. Jordan, how you feel today?
I feel wonderful. It was exactly what I had planned up for today, and we executed at it.
Now, a lot of people talking about the strategy, counting fuel, that kind of stuff. How big of a deal is a spotter in that kind of situation? Is he able to monitor that for you, or when there's no one around for you, or are y'all just talking about the next Lord of the Rings movie?
Man, Chris Lewis won me this race completely, 1,000%. I got in the car and I seen I got about 18.2 laps of fuel to start the race. So we already knew, and we were already thinking about fuel. It was all about just getting that gap and then maintaining that pace of fuel. And yeah, I don't think I would have been able to win this race without Chris Lewis today, considering just the strategy point of looking at the fuel, how much fuel is burning per lap. There's times where I would say run the 15.5, and then he would say, hey, I need you to run, say, like a 16.1, and I would be able to do that the very next lap just to maintain my pace, maintain saving the fuel. So it was all about running that specific time. We had a target time we wanted to run every single lap in order to make it to the end. And being able to do 21 laps on that first stint where we saved 3 laps was huge, absolutely huge. So at that point, got out of the pits from there, and just kept fuel even to the end. And yeah, like I said, huge credit to Chris Lewis on this win. He couldn't have done it without him.
Yeah, you got to appreciate when you got the guy in the van, Mr. Science, that's going to pull this thing out for you. But let's not take away from the fact that you still ran the fastest lap of the day. Grant Applegate, 1/10 of a second slower than you, but Grant also had a little off-road adventure. You didn't have one of those today. 21 laps that you were able to put in on that first stage, but the speed as well, the consistency. Somebody tried to call you a ringer. I argued with him since you got 2 oval wins there. But what is your background? I mean, did you come off of roads, or is this just practice and get better?
Yeah, I come from GT3 racing. That's like when I first got on the server, it's 7 years ago, 8 years ago at this point. Like that was the only thing I knew. Like when I was on super young, I was doing like road course racing on Gran Turismo 5, Gran Turismo 6, and then got into iRacing and was strictly GT3 only. And I mean, I've been a part of several pro teams, been invited out to Virginia at VAR with the Mercedes IMSA team out there. So getting the experience of actual GT3 racing out there with those guys, and then all the pro racing with those 3-hour endurance races and GT3 stuff. I mean, I do a lot of like 12-hour, 24-hour race in GT3. So that's where all this kind of comes from, and why it's somewhat translating in this next gen. Obviously, the next gen it's a little tricky with the braking out there, but when you kind of run on these tracks with GT3 cars, and then you just put a next gen on it, definitely the speed can somewhat translate.
Oh yeah, we broadcast on Sunday another league, a Pro Cup league, and we have a ringer out there, don't we, Zach? Yeah, Landry. He's a guy named Jason Landry.
I want to see that.
I was just looking at the bonfire schedule. They don't have a road course. I was going to see about getting you a provisional start for our Sunday morning league, just so you and Jason can wreck the stuffing out of each other. It is fun though. You talk about that background. We saw that display today. But also the ovals. You've had great success with the ovals. Last week, not indicative of what you could do. You did lead the laps until, you had that contact like so many other guys. But today, heck of a show. Also updated. You heard about Colin's problems, right? You saw he got that little 10-point penalty for his alleged hooking of Jack Sanders at the end of Daytona. They got 10 points on him.
That's what I heard. Yes.
Yep, and then Andrew Bolander, he was the points leader. I guess he don't like road courses, so he didn't show. Double that down with a big victory here today. Do you know that you maxed out every point possible today?
Yeah, you grand slammed it, man.
Yeah, I think I did. Pole and fastest lap in the race and led the most laps.
You led every lap.
By most, you mean all, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Not letting up the hook route dominator.
I'm looking at updated stats here now. Looks like Jordan Fisher has a 10-point lead over Colin Bollinger and Matt Novella. Compound that with the 3 victories. Not only are you looking at a playoff berth, which has already occurred, but this championship's getting spicy. I don't know if we've had a rookie win the championship yet. You could be in uncharted territory. Is that on the wall? Is that something y'all are talking about in the pits of Jordan Fisher?
The only goal for this season is to win the championship. So that's been the number one thing all season long, and that's part of witnessing a full season where I've had some bad results in the last 2 weeks or getting wrecked out and whatever, and it's frustrating at that point, but you got to keep your head down and keep ripping laps out there because it's all about consistency over a season-long championship, and we are in position to win this championship. Obviously, it's not going to be easy. I can't count out my competition out there between Bollinger and Bolander. I'm sure we'll be back next week, so it's going to be a spicy one the rest of the ride between all these tracks that are coming up between Pocono and Auto Club. I mean, those are some tracks where there's so many lanes to pass. It's going to be wild. So I'm really, really excited to at least have the chance to go for the championship. But that's always been the goal, is to win the championship. I may be a rookie, but a lot of experience, across all forms of racing.
Well, it has been fun to watch the emergence of Jordan Fisher here in the Monday Night Mayhem League. Can't wait to see. And there's another guy. He's not going to be in the championship. He doesn't have enough starts, but Season 3 champion Buddy Sully has finally made his return to Monday night. So I think you're going to have some fun out there with that number 21 car as well. Super clean driver, though. You're going to love running with that guy. Anybody you want to give a shout out to here before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank Walter Boer Ford for this awesome sponsor, 39, getting this car in McTier Lane at Sonoma. I want to thank Tyler Coonan for making delivery, as always. I want to thank HB Racing, those guys over there do a great job, and all my family, friends watching this race that support my racing. You guys, wonderful broadcast as always. You guys always do a great job in the booth, so I appreciate you guys as always, and appreciate Chris Lewis is always huge. Thank you. Like I said, he won this race for me. He's been the X factor for me this entire season, and we're going to keep the foot on the pedal the rest of the season, so appreciate you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's what I like to hear. I'll tell you what, if you do win that championship, you'll be getting a trophy from KK Woodscapes. You might have to call Kevin yourself and maybe get Chris Lewis get him one as well for crew chief of the year. Who knows?
Yeah, he deserves something out of it. If we can pull this off together, yeah, we'll definitely figure out some sort of incentive deal for him. So, absolutely.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jordan Fisher, your winner today. 3rd win on the season. Dominant here today. What a show. Jordan, go get yourself a cold one. You deserve it, my friend. Well earned.
Congrats, Jordan.
Thank you. Thank you. Fear the fish.
I love that.
Yeah. Yes, you gotta have a catch. Mean Gene appreciates catch races.
I've heard.
Yes, every week for 3 years, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You gotta love it.
I always put some numbers down.
What a great race, though, here today. Just good to find out a little bit of background about him too. You know, the GT background. But here he is. He's no Van Gisbergen. This guy's winning on ovals. You know, last Sunday, Van Gisbergen acted like he won the damn U.S. Open, the Ryder Cup, the Super Bowl, the World Series, a Stanley Cup. I'm like, bro, you got 10th. What are you doing?
Straight up. Yep. And you know what I like about Jordan Fisher, Jimmy Jane? He knows how to turn. You know what I like about Jordan Fisher compared to SVG? Jordan Fisher is also really good at ovals. He's really good at turning left. He's one of the best.
Yeah.
That is what makes him so dangerous.
Yeah, and it's going to be really, really exciting to see how this season continues to progress. You know, he mentioned a few guys that he's going to be racing against. Of course, Bollinger, so that's that no power team. But now the high side hustlers are reunited. You know, with Buddy back and David Owens has to make every race the rest of the way to be eligible for the playoffs. I think we're going to see that 8 of Owens out there every time, which means there's going to be 4 fellas actively working with each other and working against you to win races. So, you know, all those guys clean, but on the other hand, they're not going to push you.
Yeah.
They're not going to push you, and they might burp their throttle if you're trying to push them to watch, you know, somebody else advance to the next round of the playoffs. So just going to be fascinating to watch. I see you've pulled up team points here. Is DDI still up on top?
DDI is still up on top, and just like you were, that's why I brought him up, Mean Gene. Just like you were alluding to, I mean, if you look at these, the races counted column, the reason why is what you just said. DDI has raced more than High Side Hustlers. It really comes down to that. High Side Hustlers has been very successful on track. They have, I think, been a tiny bit faster than DA Motorsports has, at least as a team, right? It seems like DDI always has one guy carrying the flag for them. Today it was Matt Novella. But High Side, I think if they continue to show up as a team and put together like those really, really cohesive results that we've seen from them when 2 to 3 of them are in the top 10, this is far from over. A very unique point system we have here as well, Mean Gene, with the team standings. A little bit hard to understand, but I think what it does boil it down to is 2 things, and that's participation and consistency as a team.
And I really love this point system compared to what I've seen elsewhere of just having the top 2, taking the finishes of the top 2 drivers of your team. That makes a 2-person team much more viable in a points championship. If your best driver isn't there, that's fine. You know, the Hustlers didn't have Owens, they didn't have Sully, so it was a Thornton and Iverson show for the longest time. But if you have that advantage of being a Hendricks, of being a Penske and having those extra cars, hey, you know, that's great too. It's not too big of an advantage to overcome, but it definitely helps. And so I really like this 2-car system. And you can see there as far as the starts and the races counted as the points go. So going to be tough, though, because DDI still led. You know, Geyer and Novella both up at the top. We've seen Hillman with some fast runs, Hunter Hall getting better every week. So that's just a lot of fellas that you're trying to overcome there. You know, Novella currently 3rd in points, Dalton Geyer 9th. So both those fellas up at the top. But, you know, Iverson, he's in 5th, and Thornton is going to be in 7th. So great mixture there as those guys doing battle to catch up. And let's not forget Team Degeneration X, Season 2 champion, Colonel Jack Sanders, now with Kevin Kyle, Steve Lewis on that team as well. So lots of names working out there. I think Brandon Guerin is the 4th member. Brandon is the 4th member of DX. So great eclectic group of guys as we're going to watch that battle continue to unfold as we go throughout this season. Next week, the boys will be running at Pocono, much the tricky triangle going to give an adventure for these guys. Only road course. It was here today, so that thing's in the back of the minds of many people. Only 21 drivers racing today. That's funny to say only 21 for a road course. That's pretty solid attendance.
Yeah, it definitely is, Mean Gene. Especially like what we've talked about too is just how much road courses can intimidate people, and it intimidated our points leader. I don't want to say that, but he didn't show up. Bolander was not here. I'm not sure if it was a matter of just thinking like I didn't practice enough. Because, yeah, if you don't practice enough for these tracks like this, it'll be exposed quickly. Or if it was just a scheduling thing for Bolander. But nonetheless, he was not here, and still a really good field of 20. And just to touch on a few points you made that I just really, really love there, Mean Gene, with the team points there. I completely agree, but I love what you said about the 2 drivers being counted, because I completely agree. If you are lights out fast, kind of on you to make sure that you are all season. But yeah, if you're DDI Motorsports and you have 2 of your guys, which would have been Hillman, who I think probably DDI had a lot lying on Hillman, right? He is another guy just like Fisher, who comes from a GT3 background. Like I speculated with Fisher, you can just kind of see it. But Hillman's one of them, and he has an early mistake. He ends up in 20th out of 20 for 21 drivers here today. And then who's in front of him in 19th? Hunter Hall, the other DDI driver. So who saves them? Matt Novella and Dalton Geyer. So it really is an important thing to have those 4 drivers. And then one thing that stuck out to me when we were interviewing Jordan Fisher, and I'll pull up our standings real quick, Mean Gene, is that Jordan Fisher is averaging less than 4 incidents a race. The only other driver in our top 15 who has raced the majority of the season who can say that is Jack Sanders. And Jack Sanders, a past champion in this league, but has not had the speed that Fisher has had this year. It's just so impressive to me that not only is Fisher lights out fast, he's doing it clean. He's not touching anybody. That shows 2 things. It shows clean driving, obviously, and it shows dominance, Mean Gene. And what a season that 39 of Fisher is having.
Yeah, it's been great to see the emergence of Jordan Fisher. Can't wait to see. It's like a boxing match. Jordan said it himself. It's an entire season. It's not just a few results. It's the consistency and where you are at the end. And it makes me think of a boxing match. Right now, that 39 team of Fisher, they're throwing punches. Mm-hmm. How will the 53, the corner of the 53 respond? What's he going to do to come back? He brought out his buddy Plant Smith once. He's lost Sean Walton somehow. So his team today basically out there by himself, not as important on a road course that it would be on an intermediate or a super speedway, but the 53 corner, he needs somebody in his corner out there, because overcoming that Chris Lewis in the corner gonna be tough. And then you double down with the straight driving ability, the speed. Fisher gave a lot of credit to Lewis for strategy, but it's still Fisher behind the wheel of that car, turning that 14.1 second time, minute 14 time.
Yeah, and I think that's such a good point to bring up, and I love the boxing analogy, because not only does Jordan Fisher have a corner man that it appears that Colin Bollinger doesn't have. Let's take another look at another column here on this standings here, and that's the bonus points, that green number. Jordan Fisher has 39 bonus points. So that's stage points, that's leading laps, that's pulls, that's all the little things. And then the next guy up is the guy behind him, Bollinger, with 15, less than half, Mean Gene. And that is... So let's go back to that boxing analogy. Jordan Fisher is throwing jabs, and Bollinger, you know what he has to start doing, Mean Gene? He has to start throwing some haymakers, because that's the only way I think he's going to beat this consistency and this just discipline that 39 of Jordan Fisher shows. We saw all last year Bollinger comfortable to not qualify, to drive us through the field. Maybe sometimes, oftentimes, as you see here in these bonus points this season, he's doing a lot of the same here, not getting those stage points, right? Because he's still driving through the field. You can't do that this year, man. You have to qualify. You have to be up there with Fisher. You saw Bollinger came into this race in the lead, and here he is now in 4th. This is let's go back to the boxing analogy. If you look the wrong way for 1 second, your ass is getting knocked out, and that's what we're seeing right here.
It's interesting. Other boxers, drivers that are working their way back up. Volpus was out of the top 12 just 2 weeks ago. Comes back, solid effort at Daytona, and then here today, Volpus, surviving the onslaught of Sonoma, finds himself up into 8th place, moving up 2 more spots, dropping down 1 into that last playoff spot. Jose Medina still has a 14-point lead over Steve Lewis. Medina again, though, pulling out because of the VR situation. I got a little message from the team of Medina saying that was why he left the race. The errors, he was a little bit nervous, didn't want to have another incident contact with anybody.
I thought he was switching a while off VR, so did he not do that yet?
No, he gets his new computer tomorrow or the day after.
And
so
that was the last time.
VR.
And then that should be a good ridden situation for him. Another guy who is on new equipment, Gene, is Joseph Volpes, someone who just brought up, who had a big 2-spot gain here in the standings. Volpes is on a brand new computer, and man, is that overdue. What a great job Volpes has done, and one of our producers on that archaic thing he was working on before. But now here he is on new equipment, and I can tell you as a competitor against Volpes in other leagues, that's not something anybody wanted. That isn't named Joseph Volpes.
What I appreciate the most, though, is you can no longer hear the hamster wheel turning in the background
I agree.
while he's racing, powering his computer. So now Volpes plugging it in like the rest of us. All kidding aside, great competitor and good guy. So definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do on that upgrade in gear. Well, guys, I think that's going to wrap us up here from Sonoma. Another great day of racing. Few people having incidents. Road courses, always a challenge for the drivers. But today, 21 drivers making the trip to Sonoma to have this great battle here, Monday Night Mayhem. Want to thank all of our sponsors, Chantilly Lace Photography, for the support that they give to this series. Monday Night Mayhem could not be what it is without the help of Krista and Brandon Garan. Thank you so much. Also, KK Woodscapes. These guys make trophies for multiple leagues. They could make a trophy for you. Reach out. Kevin Kyle could memorialize any of your events. I'll tell you what, you got a little league team, you got a fantasy football team, any of those things, you would like one of these choice, stained, burned wood pieces. KK Woodscapes is your guy. He's going to make that happen for you. Also, big shout out, simracingweekly.com. Poll award today, of course, going to Jordan Fisher as well. Jordan sweeping the board, taking every point available, all the accolades. So he was the simracingweekly.com award winner as well. On behalf of myself, Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella, all the gentlemen back in the production truck, and our league sponsors, John Beverly, Joe Volpes, David Owens, Steve Puget, and somebody else who I'm forgetting, but hey, Zach, you! Almost forgot you. Thank all the boys back there. Great afternoon of racing. Tomorrow night, of course, big trucking Tuesday. We'll continue to see the Bonfire Race League as they battle forward. Can't wait to see you tomorrow night. As always, ladies and gentlemen, bottoms up and hammer down.